Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the largest crypto channel in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on the channel, I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are quickly approaching 1 million subscribers. We're almost to 950K. Can't wait to get to the million subscriber mark. Give away a full Bitcoin, 5 Ethereum, and also 4,000 Cardano. So make sure you guys subscribe and then check out the details on how to enter the contest. Man, we ain't slowed down. BitSquad, I love you, appreciate you. This is our Sunday morning drive video where I drive to church and I tell you about cryptocurrency. Guys, here's what's going on right now. We need to be talking about two things right now, kind of three. So let's actually start by going over Dogecoin. I'm going to reiterate some things I've said about Ethereum Classic, someone who agrees with me, who is one of the most well-known people in all of crypto. And then, of course, I do also want to jump into Ethereum. We're going to be talking about what is different this time around for Ethereum. Can Ethereum actually pass Bitcoin? I'm going to give you guys some interesting numbers to think about when it's going to hit $5,000, and then what's going to happen with the London hard fork. So we're going to try to get it all in 8 minutes. See if we can make it happen. So first and foremost, let's talk about what happened with Dogecoin. So last night, Elon Musk came on to Saturday Night Live, pretty much poked fun at Dogecoin all night. From the opening monologue where his mother said she was hoping that her Mother's Day present wasn't Dogecoin, all the way into the Weekend Update skit, the news skit, where he tried to explain Dogecoin and he couldn't do it. So obviously all this was scripted. It was written for him. I'm sure he had input, wanted to talk about Dogecoin, referred to himself as the Dogefather. But guys, it didn't land real well. It rarely ever does. So the thing you got to remember, and on this, I'm going to tell you one thing I learned when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager. Hate the game, not the player. I told you guys this was going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news type event. It's buy the hype leading up to the event and then sell right before the actual event, because it never lives up to expectations. This morning I saw Dogecoin was trading back around 47 cents. I had sold, 88.5% of my Dogecoin before Saturday Night Live last night. And then the rest of it, I'm just going to hold on to. It was worth about, what I had left was worth about 16,000. It's probably worth about 10,000 now. But I made money. I bought it 36 cents. I sold half of it at 62 cents. I think I sold the rest of it. I sold 75% of what I had remaining after my original sell. I did that at about almost 70 cents. So I did really well. I made, maybe like $50,000 total, somewhere around there. And it was good. I liked it. It was a good move. Now people are starting to wonder, what's going to happen now after this Saturday Night Live thing for Dogecoin? And I just predicted several days ago that I thought we were going to see accumulation for a while. And then eventually we will see the price of Dogecoin start to head back up. Now, the question is, where are these profits going to? These profits are going to be moving out of Dogecoin and most likely moving into other projects that are available on Robinhood. Barry Silbert, the brainchild behind the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust and all the Grayscale trusts, he's the one who started Grayscale. He believes that Ethereum Classic is the next target. So I have been buying Ethereum Classic up. I bought another $50,000 worth yesterday. Shout out to my boy Todd. He called me and said, "Hey man, I bought this Ethereum Classic and it's dumping. What do I do?" I said, "Just hold it, big fella. Big fella, just hold it." And when he called me, you know what I did? I turned around and I said, "Let me go buy some more of this." So, we got a beamer coming up on us. Woo! That's gonna be that Ethereum Classic right there. I don't know how fast we got, but it was not over 100. I'll tell you that. So, anyways, the fact is that this beamer thought he was coming up on me. Thought he could do something. So I bought a bunch of Ethereum Classic at that point, around 110 bucks. I think this morning is trading around 117, 120. So already making money on that trade. And guys, this is a risk versus reward thing. Like, I'm just saying, like, hey, what's going to happen here if I miss out on another pump on Ethereum Classic? What happened with Dogecoin? So that's what I'm doing. I'm buying Ethereum Classic. Barry Silbert agrees with me. Now let's talk about Ethereum. Read a very interesting article this morning about Ethereum and what's different this time around. The two things that we're seeing that we did not see in 2017 for Ethereum. And this is going to lead us to a question about where Ethereum can go. The two things that are different during this bull run. Number one, institutional money flowing into Ethereum. I've been telling you guys this for a while. The institutional money is coming in. We have Van Eck actually filed for the first ever American Ethereum ETF. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But in addition, the other thing that Ethereum has going for it that it did not have going for it in previous years is that we now have actual applications. There are ways for people to actually make money in Ethereum without being super risky, without having to do a lot of the risky things like leverage trade or anything like that. You can simply yield farm. You can stake. There are actual applications for Ethereum. Not even to mention decentralized exchanges and DEXs. We have those going for us now. So everything you want to do on a centralized exchange, you'll soon be able to do decentralized. The article went on to say that one of the most interesting things about Ethereum is it has all the hallmarks of a tech giant, Google, Facebook, any Amazon. It's got all the hallmarks of a tech behemoth with no evil people behind it because it's decentralized. Now, sure, there's some people behind it that are evil. If it's decentralized, that means everybody's involved in it. But the fact is, there's not one central entity behind it that has ulterior motives to collect data, violate your privacy. Those are all the things that it's against, that Ethereum is against. That's what decentralization is about. So it's very, very interesting. Now, as far as price action goes, where is the price going? Now, yesterday when I saw it was at $39.50, I almost had a brain aneurysm because I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a glitch. I went and looked and saw that massive pump, and man, my bags were packed and thrilled. But the question is, where's it going from here? Well, a lot of people think, and I've given you this timeline, $5,000 by the middle of June. That's what I'm looking for. Somewhere around the middle of June, I'm looking for around a $5,000 Ethereum. Right now, we're actually ahead of schedule, I believe, for this. Everything is looking good. We may have a dump at the end of the month, so it's important that we get above $4,000, which I think we're going to do very soon. Bitcoin still been trading sideways, but there are people now saying like $10,000 is almost a given at this point for this cycle, which I've told you guys for a while. That's my absolute bottom price. I think $15,000 is a good bottom price as well, but I do still believe in a $27,000 Ethereum by the end of this year. But all this leads us to a question. Can Bitcoin be passed? Can Ethereum flipping Bitcoin? That's what we call it in crypto, when a market cap gets flipped. Now, right now, Ethereum is all it has to do from here is 2x its market cap, and it would be approaching Bitcoin. Now, the funny thing is, if you look at the difference between Binance Coin and Ethereum, it's a much wider gap than that between Ethereum and Bitcoin. So, do I believe that Ethereum will flip in Bitcoin during this cycle? I don't think so. I personally don't think it's going to get that close, but I'm starting to believe it is a possibility, because the interesting thing is, when you look at what Ethereum has done, approaching 7%, one Ethereum approaching 7% the price of Bitcoin, I believe that 8% would have been the top for this market. But it's looking like now Ethereum is going to be able to climb much higher than 8% whenever it does peak near the end of the cycle. We are now looking like it may get 10 to 12%, which would be absolutely insane. That means Ethereum could pass $27,000 and could be looking at $40,000. That would be insane. I couldn't even imagine that. So drop your comments down below. I want to know what you guys are thinking you're going to see from Ethereum. I want to know a price prediction down below. What do you think is going to happen next for Dogecoin? Drop those down below. That's all I got. Be blessed. Way out.